All right, so I'm starting a challenge that I'm gonna document everything, every single thing, every single idea. We're gonna document all of it. I'm gonna bring $119 into $1 million in 180 days, and we're gonna do it through perfect entries only, perfect iron rules. Our rules, we need to follow them to perfection. Yesterday, I did not. So I got murked. Yesterday, by the way, was beautiful. I don't know if you guys saw, but it went from, I was swimming in a pool, and I thought my trade was incredible because I was at like I think 30-40% profit. And then in 20 seconds, it went all the way up to 34,600 from 700 something to 34,600 in 20 seconds. We got massively liquidated. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. But the problem is, if I was in 50x, but I think even if you were in 20x, was someone here in 20x? Yes, in yesterday's trade, was anyone here in 20x? And got liquidated anyway? Who got liquidated at 20x yesterday?
20x was not liquidated yesterday.
Oh my God! So you're a millionaire right now?
No.
But wait, your trade's still going, right? You entered at 33,995?
I exited. I put a stop loss at entry, so I just got out of it without losing anything, but I didn't win anything either.
Wait, you didn't take profit? Partial profit?
I mean, I left before it went to profit.
No,
I
exactly.
left
Okay.
at entry.
So you entered, and then you put a stop loss?
Yeah, paper hand. Stop loss at entry, so I lost nothing. I made nothing.
Yeah, but I think you would have been liquidated anyway.
I did not. No.
No. I'm sure you would have been liquidated because it went to 34,600, almost 700. 34,700.
Really?
Yeah, that's a lot, bro. And
Let
it did that in less than a minute. I don't know. I wasn't in front of my computer, so I couldn't see the trades coming in. But that sounds like 10,000 bitcoins in like 30 seconds.
It went like 34,700, yeah.
Yeah.
And I would have been liquidated at, let me look.
Yeah, it went insane. That was crazy. And those are the kind of things it's not possible to
No,
to
I would have been liquidated at 35,400, so I was okay.
Damn,
At
you would have been
20x.
okay. Wow.
20x was really safe.
So right now you would have been rich.
Yeah, well.
It went down to what? 33,334. You would have taken your partial profit.
Yeah.
And then yeah, you would be about, I think, 50% right now.
Actually, Pooh did. Winnie the Pooh, he did it.
Winnie the Pooh stayed?
Yeah, he stayed and he took his TPP and his TP.
Oh my God.
But he had like $40 in it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, but that's perfect.
The important thing is not to look at the money, but more the profits.
Yeah,
the percentage of profits you make.
But he stayed in.
Give me a second here. Okay, so he stayed in. Who else? Did anyone else stay in? I don't think so. Yeah, it would have been perfect. So anyway, my issue is that I want 50x.
Yeah.
I wanted to copy Roxy, but I think that backfired. That might have been the reason it went to 34,700. But and on top of that, I put 50% of my account. So, so it liquidated 50% of my account, and it liquidated at 34. I think 34 400. I got liquidated at 50x.
This is mainly why I took everything back at entry because I was 100% in it. So
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
yeah,
Fuck, 100% of your account.
that
Yeah,
was about 600.
yeah. I mean, that's a good. Doing that is great when you're sure that 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 you're sure of what's gonna happen. But yesterday, dude, no one would have planned that someone would have invested 10,000, bought 10,000 bitcoins.
Yeah.
That's one of the dangers of BTC is that compared to, for example, forex trading, like normal forex trading, the institutions can go and do an incredible, crazy move against you. But BTC is just one person can fuck the entire thing. Like one dude in his basement just buying a few tons of BTCs and fucking everyone else. But anyway, this is really cool. So that's why I'm gonna document the entire thing. I'm gonna put everything in the trading book. We're gonna be sure that we're 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 sure. So then we can never. Well, we've never really lost a lot. Yesterday was my first loss. It's just that a bad luck that I put 50x and I put 50% of my account. So yeah, go for it.
20x, you would have been all good. So
I'm all good. Like if I would have followed my own rules, I would have been all good, and I would have taken my profits, taken my partials. Everything would have been really good. So anyway, we're bringing this now that we know that this is just fucking insane. It's just so good. Like it's impossible for us to lose, really, if we follow our rules. If we follow strict guidelines, it's impossible for us to lose. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take $100 and we're gonna bring it all the way up to $1 million in 180 days. So we're going to compound it at 30% per day. We're going to have some losses because if we don't have any losses, we're trading $1 million a day in less than 60 days. So I don't think that's possible. It might be possible, actually, but I don't think that's what we are going to do. I think it's more realistic to say we're going to make $1 million in 180 days than, say, $1 million a day. So here's what we're going to do, right? We're going to document all the trades before we get into a trade. Like, usually what I do is I just have my psychological fundamental idea, and then I just shoot it to you guys. But now, 100% going to put it in this document right here. I'm going to put the pair, the date, the fundamental idea, why I'm taking the trade, and why I think it's going to go bearish or bullish, the entry price, the partial profit, the take profit, the leverage. This is always at 20x. The margin. So this is the percentage of my account that I'm putting in the trade. The limit, if I take a trade that is a limit or a market trade. And at the end, the profit. If I forgot anything here, you guys just tell me. Now the next entrance, of course, because this is why it's so easy, right? Because every time it drops like this, like it's dropping right now, we know it's gonna go up, right? We know for a fact it's gonna go up because it has been doing that since the beginning of time. Every time it goes up, it goes down, or every time it goes down, it goes up. Now the trick is figuring out how much it's going to go up and when it's going to go up or when it's going to go down. So right now, we don't know when it's going to start going up, but we can kind of see through these trades, through the active trades, and if we go on let me show you. Bitfinex, whatever, how we say that, we can see the open book, so the open trades, and we see that, for example, a lot of open trades are for buying. For example, here at 33 to 80, these are all open trades, and you see that they're compared to sells. Buy trades are way bigger than open sell trades right now. 33 188. So yeah. Anyway, we're going to look into the fundamentals. We're going to set a solid fundamental idea here. We're going to make sure that we know exactly where it's going. And once we know where it's going, we set our entry, and we set our take profits, and we set our take partials. But again, we just need to have our rules. Anyone that was at 20x yesterday made a killing today. Because, it went against you a little bit. Here is where it went against us. Here, 995, boom. It went against us like this, but I think at 20x, it's like 35 something to get liquidated. So anyone that stayed in the trade made money today. So if any one of you guys made money with this, you can shout it out because that's pretty sexy. So anyway, let's get to it. So first, I'm always going to put BTC USDT here. Bam. We're going to be trading this for quite some time. How can I put the date? Insert. If anyone knows how to put a date, that'd be nice. I have no idea how to put a date. Google Sheet date. Okay, click. Okay. Where was it? Oh, no. Anyway, I'll look at it later. I need to delete all of this. So, does anyone here have no idea what the fuck we're doing? I think that would be one of the first steps. Like if some of you don't know what's going on, I'm going to tell you real quick how Binance Futures works and what we've been doing for the past few weeks. So Binance Futures is basically trading Bitcoin against USDT. The only difference against normal swap, which we call spot, spot is 1-to-1, right? So $1 equals $1 in the market. But with futures, you can use something called leverage, right? So your dollar is moving, let's say, right here, right? My dollar can move $1 in the market. So 1x. This is 1x. And I can also do 2x, right? So my dollar multiplied by 2. Or multiply by 125, but this becomes really dangerous. So what we do is we're at 20x. So our investment, let's say I put $100 in the trade, is going to be multiplied by 20x in the market. Meaning that I'm going to make money way quicker. Like if I dumb it down, I'm going to make money quicker than if I was just at 1x, obviously. So if let's say I put 10% of my account, and let's say 10% equals to $1,000, and it goes up, and we buy here, we long the trade, we're at 20x here, let me put it at 20x. We're at 20x, confirm. And I long, when long means going up, buying. You buy. So let's say I buy at 20x, and it goes all from 364 to, let's say, 34. That is over 50 to 60% profit in your trade. So if you had $1,000 and you made 50% in your trade, well, that's $500 that you made today, right? You just made $500. If you put $10,000 in the trade, let's say 10% equals to $10,000 of your entire wallet, and you make 10, 20, 30% of that 10,000, well, that's literally $3,000 or $1,000 in the trade. That's basically what leverage is. It just makes money go faster. And if I was at 50x, for example, and I would get to 34 from 33,500, let's say, to 34, I think that's almost 100%. So anyway, you make money really quickly with leverage, but you can also liquidate your account. You can, compared to spot trading, you don't lose because you just exchange the values of the actual coins that you have. But with futures, it's like you're betting, and you give, let's say, $100. You say, I want to bet $100 that BTC or USDT is going to drop or go up. Then you give that money to the market, to the person who manages the gamble, whatever. And then if it goes against you, you lose that $100. But it's not really like that, because we put rules that you can, unless you get liquidated, like we did yesterday, because I was just stupid. You shouldn't get liquidated. You shouldn't lose all your money. Yes, it goes against us sometimes, but anyone that was at 20x yesterday and it went complete, someone purchased over 10,000 Bitcoins in 30 seconds, it went totally against us. But if it was at 20x, you would have made money, because it went all the way down to 33,300. Our partial was at 33,500. So all of this can be automated. Compared to shitcoins, that we were trading shitcoins, compared to that, this you can fully automate, so you can open your trade and just go do other things with your life, and it's gonna hit all of your automation. So it's gonna hit your take partial profits, stop loss, take profit. It's gonna do all of that for you. You don't even need to think of that. You just really need to think of the fundamental idea and where BTC is going and why it's going up or why it's going down. So that's what's pretty cool. We've been doing above 30% every day. Like, no exaggeration. We've made over 30% every day with Binance Futures since we started almost 2 weeks ago. So compounding is absolutely insane. It is unrealistic how fast compounding gets. I think Roxy got an account from like $200 to $1,000 in a week, and then if you keep on going, 1,000 to 10,000 is just a few more days, and then 10,000 to 100,000, and then 100,000 to 1,000,000. It's exponential because you're compounding 30% every day. That's around 10%, between 7 and 10% of your entire wallet every day. That is a lot of fucking money, if you ask me. That is something that we could have never done in shitcoins, and this is 1,000 times safer than shitcoins, and it's 1,000 times more profitable than shitcoins. And we're just becoming better and better and better and better every single fucking day. And if we get the community back into this, bro, fundamentals are going to be extremely solid because we're all sure of where it's going. We're all sure of what's going on. And voila, we all get rich. Filthy, disgustingly rich, because that's the main goal of Cerberus, right? You guys all came in because you saw that we were fucking killing it with shitcoins, but now we're literally killing it with Binance Futures. Like, straight up, we're killing it with Binance Futures. And if you follow the rules, if you follow the guidelines, and you follow the fundamental idea behind the trade, then it's impossible for you to lose. Like, the only thing we can do from here is fucking win. Nice. Alright. So, what the fuck's going on with Bitcoin? Alright, so yesterday's trade. Here's what happened. Let's do a recap. We entered here, right here, 33,995. This was our entry. Everything was perfect. It was under the trend line. So there was something going on like this, right? There was something going on like this, and everything was absolutely perfect. We entered here, and it was absolutely beautiful. And then it went down. I think it was actually here, this candle. So this candle closed under the trend line, and it was a perfect call. Nothing in the news changed. So the way we trade is we trade with fundamentals. So we look at what's going on with the market right now. Not a lot, right? Not a lot is happening with the market right now. There's not a lot of big news. There's nothing negative. There's nothing positive. Right now, it's just consolidating. It's just going sideways. And it's going to do that for a few more days. Where is it? Here. And it's going to do that for quite some time. You see, this is consolidating right now based on what happened in the past. So we don't know where it's going. It can only go up from here. Right? We all know it can only go up. Bitcoin is going to go back up. It's going to go back up, and it's going to go hit $100,000 right here, right? It's going to go hit 100K. That might be in 5 years. That might be in 3 years. We don't know when that is going to happen. But what we're doing right now is we're still trading the small moves, the small 4-hour moves. So this is the time frame, right? We only trade big swings. So we don't scalp. We don't day trade. Well, we kind of day trade because we've been trading every day, but we some of our trades have been of 2-3 days. Extremely profitable, over 100% profits. And there's nothing that we need to think about. It hits everything. It hits the TP, and it hits the partial by itself. So now the only thing we need to think about is swings. So big swings. So just so you know, this swing, all right, this big swing, this one, we took all of this. We took the entirety of this. Like all of this drop, we took it. All of this up, we took it. And all of this drop, we took it. And did we take it from 32? I think we did. Yeah. We took it from here, from bottom. I think it was here, right here, 32 something. We took it from 32 something, and it went all the way up. And then we closed it under 34, and because I think our goal was 34,300, but I think we closed it like 33,800, 33,900, and then boom, that's it. And we took another trade here, 33,995. We bet, okay, it's gonna go down here, but someone purchased right here yesterday. Someone purchased 10,000 bitcoins in 30 seconds, so it went against us. Again, like I've been saying since the beginning, because I was at 50x, I was just influenced by Roxy, but that's okay, guys. But if I was at 20x, I would have, it would have came back to my entry point, and then it would have gone down to 33, 33,300. And take profit is 33,200 if I remember well. And take partial was a 33,500. So that it would have hit perfectly. So the one thing that we do is once we take our partial profit, we set we set our stop loss at our entry point. So I'll give you an example. I think it was yesterday. Yesterday we entered a trade. It was beautiful. I think it was a drop. It was here. It was this. It went down. Bam, 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 bam. We took our partial. We did a take partial, and then it reversed against us. But the moment we took our partial, we set our stop loss at the entry point. So we took 50% at partial, 50% of our entire account, and then it reversed against us and it hit our stop loss at entry point. So we lose nothing. We lost nothing and we made 50%. Well, that's actually 25%. So because it hit our break-even stop loss. That's one of the greatest strategies that we have been following. Every time we take our partial, we set our stop loss at entry point. And the moment we do that, we know that for a fact, our trade is now 100%. We cannot lose. It's like shitcoins. We would wait for it to go to 2x, and then we would take our partial profits of 50%, and then we would leave the rest for massive gains. The problem with shitcoins is the moment we, Cerberus, remove 2x, our partial, it would fucking crash the token. I don't know if you guys remember that, but at some point, we were crashing tokens because we would take partial. So that was funny. But here in Bitcoin, you take your partial and it doesn't, bro, it's completely utterly irrelevant. Like if there's 100 Bitcoin purchase right now, it's barely going to move. 100 Bitcoin. How much is that? It's $3 million. 3 point something million. So is it? Yeah, it is. So, here you can take beautiful partials and it's not going to affect anything at all. Unless you're taking 1,000 Bitcoins of profit. That's another game. And you can go big, right? Compared to shitcoins, sometimes we'd have to wait a little bit for volume and for liquidity to come in, and then but here you can just go big because it's Bitcoin, you already know. At some point we're going to trade Ethereum and we're going to trade Cardano and Dogecoin. We're going to trade all of that, but we just want to become masters, master of masters in BTC USDT. Once we're master of masters, we made $1 million, then we're going to move to Ethereum and other coins. All right. So here, as you can see, let me explain you a little bit of how these charts work. Kind of works like, let me reset everything. I'm just going to reset everything. All right. Here, I'll just remove all supports and resistances. All right. So there's something called a support and a resistance. All right. Understand that there's millions of people trading this right now, and they're all following the same indicators, right? They're following resistances, supports, and trend lines. Let me remove all of this. All right. There's nothing anymore. All right. So they're all following the same guidelines. When the market is good, right? When there's nothing to say about Bitcoin, like there's no big news. Last news was Friday the 9th, and it wasn't even in news. It was just, hey, this is what happened with freaking Bitcoin. And there hasn't been any big news, and that is the reason it's consolidating. right? It's consolidating. It's going sideways. It's crabbing. Bitcoin is crabbing. It's going sideways right now. So that's because there's nothing of value. There's no news. There's nothing. There's no big fundamental to follow right now. So the only thing people are doing is they're following technical analysis. They're following resistances and supports. Because again, there's no big fundamental idea that says, oh, you know what? Bitcoin is absolutely going up today or this week. It's going up because this happened, right? Or it's going down because China banned Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Like, that is a powerful, really powerful fundamental idea, right? A fundamental idea is something that you know that's going to move Bitcoin, right? Like China banning crypto, like Salvador switching their currencies almost to Bitcoin. Right? Those are great news. And those news move the market. They create trends, right? Because we want to be at the beginning of a trend. We want to say, oh, you know what? This is where Bitcoin is going because China just banned crypto. So we know that for a few days, it's going to go downtrend. So now the only thing that we need to do is find an entrance. Because if you know that 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 is going up or down, the next thing you need to know is when to enter. Right, that's it. It's how easy it is. But if there's none of that in the market, people are just following technical analysis. And let me show you a little bit of how this works, right? So here are some of the tools that we're going to be using. The most important one is the horizontal line, and I can use Alt-H to create one automatically. And the way you do that is you look at all the highest highs and all the lowest lows, right? This is the lowest low. This is the lowest low. So this is when it fully crashed. It went down to 28,000. So this is the lowest low. And this is, the highest highs. These are all the highest highs, and these are all the lowest lows. These are called resistances. On the highest highs, we call this a resistance. On the lowest low, we call this a support. So it's going to go down, and it's going to hit a support, and it's going to bounce back from the support, or it's going to break the support. It's going to break the support, and then it's going to crash, and it's going to go under the support, and then it's going to go and find another support. Or it's going to break a resistance, and it's going to go and find another resistance. For example, right? Let's say this is resistance, right? It found this resistance, and it bounced from that resistance. That resistance was 34,700, right? 34,700. If you look at the past, if we put let's click Alt-H here. So I set a resistance here. Now let's look at everything that this resistance touched. So it touched here once, twice. You see, it touched the resistance here. It touched the resistance here. It clearly shows trying to break the resistance here, but it couldn't. It tried to break the resistance here. It created new resistances here, and it couldn't break this resistance, so it crashed. And then it went all the way back up, and it tried to break the resistance again, and it couldn't, and it massively dropped. And then it found a support right here. This is support. So it found the support, and then it went back up, and oops, here, a new resistance was created. It hit, and then it hit again here, and then here it broke all the way up to 34,650, and then it went back down. So we know that at a minimum, the next resistance it's going to try to touch is either 34,250 or 34,650, 34,700. And we do this with all highest highs and all lowest lows. When you become good, it takes like few seconds and you set all your highest highs and all your lowest lows. You just look at, how many times the resistance or the support gets touched, and you put a support or resistance on it. Like here, this is a new support. This is clearly a support. You need to be super accurate. Put it at the tip of the candle. This is the candlestick. This is the candle. This is the candlestick. You need to put it at the bottom, at the edge of the candlestick. And you do this with all highest highs and all lowest lows that you can find on the chart. Oops. This is right here. All right. And of course, it's going to try and go and hit 41K again. And this is going to be a huge resistance. And you do it for, just a few days. You don't need to go all like a month. You don't need to go back a month, because those become completely irrelevant to the future. Not really. I mean, if they're really, really, really powerful, they're actually very, very good to look at. Like you see this one, 28K, it hit it twice, kind of hit it twice. Let's put one here because this is a big resistance, big support. All right, there we go. So we set our supports, we set our resistances. Now, there's other kind of resistances and other kind of supports. We call them psychological supports or psychological resistances. And those are kind of like the round numbers. So 33,500 is a support and it's a resistance. The same thing as in shitcoins, right? So 33,000, 34,000, all round numbers are either resistances or support. You don't need to draw a line for those, but it's good to keep them in mind. Like if you know that you're entering a trade, you want to enter a trade, but you have like 34,000 right next to it. Like if you open it long and you're like 5% away from 34,000, that might be a bad trade. The best idea would see, okay, let's see if it breaks 34,000 and it hooks back into 34. It touches the 34,000 and then it goes back up. Then that is a clear sign that it broke 34,000. But if you're like under 34,000, then don't take the trade. It might hit the resistance and go back down and it goes against you. Those are what people, like millions of people, are looking at right now. They're looking at all these lines, right? All these lines, everyone simultaneously is following as a rule all of these supports and all of these resistances. Then trend lines, right? We take our ray, and we try to create trend lines. Trend lines is you take like the latest obvious high, the previous obvious high, and you put it at the latest highest high, which is this one. So this one is higher than any of these, and this is the latest. And then we took this big one, and we go and we try to find the latest lowest low, which is this one. So you see this creates like a funnel, and the goal is breaking this funnel. And once it breaks, every time. Like when it gets out of the funnel, it does a breakout, and it either goes up, like it does crazy moves, right? It either does, let's say it breaks here, it either does that or either does that. But then again, we don't know where it's going to go because there's no big fundamental right now. So we would have to kind of gauge ourselves with what's going on right now. So this is the 4 hour. Then you go into your 1 hour time frame and you look what the hell is going on here. And you see maybe our 4 hour is too large for the 1 hour. So you can create a new trend line here, and you take your highest high here, and you can create another one here. which is this one. There you go. So we know that it's trying to break this, but at the 4 hour, it's going to try to break something else. So, all right. So we have these trend lines. And, I mean, you can create trend lines for anything. Like, there's no big rule for trend lines because it really depends on the psychology and the emotional I don't know, trend in the market. Like, people can say, oh, I'm only going to follow the 4 hour trend line, or I'm only going to follow like the 15-minute trend lines. Then you would have to go in the 15-minute trend lines and draw your highest highs and your lowest low from your 15 minutes. But, I look at 4 hours because I want to do like the big swing trades. I want like a minimum of between 30% and 100% in my trade. Like we've been doing, right? We took all of this, 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 but then it reversed against us, so it hit our stop loss, and then it went all the way up, and then we didn't take none of this. But someone who purchased here and didn't get liquidated took all of this. So that's the good part, right? So then you look at the 4 hour, you look at the 1 hour trend lines. Does it look like it's like the same thing? Maybe like this might be the highest high at the 1 hour. So you take this one and you see there's like a really big resistance here. This is a crossover. It's crossing over two trend lines from two different timelines at this point. And as it should, this is an indicator that it's going to go down. So it went down. But when there's a crossover of trend lines, you know that it's going to go down. You know for a fact that it's going to go down. So, there's a lot of things that we look at. And then we look at other kind of indicators. Where are my indicators here? Did I remove them? I think I did. Let me add them back. So we look at the volume and we look at all the trends. I use a few, right? I use RSI. All right, stochastics are here. Here it is. Let me remove this. How can I remove this? Here. All right. So I look at MACD. I don't look at this one. I look at the MACD. I look at RSI and I look at stock RSIs. These are kind of things that is going to confirm an entrance. So I'll give an example, right? Let's say we say, okay, it's going up, right? It's going to go up. So what's confirming this? Well, you see, the RSI, think of this as volume, right? This is volume confirmation. What are people doing? What's the trend of the trades and of the open books and the open trades? What's the trend here? Well, basically right here, you see it's oversold. Right now, it's super oversold. You can see it everywhere. It's super, super duper oversold, and it's starting to go back up. Once it gets into this cloud, once it enters, the trend has changed. And it's confirming you that it's going, it might go up, right? It's not 100% because basing ourselves only on technical analysis is not the right way of trading. The right way of trading is knowing where it's going. But because there's not a lot of things there's nothing that we know for a fact in the market, we need to look at a technical analysis. So we look at the technical analysis and it's telling us, okay, this is confirming us that it's oversold, right? And it might start to go up. And if we buy here, like if we purchase here, it's okay. Because we see that the trend, it's starting to go back up a little bit. And if it enters here, then that's a confirmation for us that the trade might be relevant to our analysis. But let's say I wanna buy here, but it would be somewhere around here, right? Let's say it's here or it's here, right? Let's say the RSIs are all in the cloud, like maybe they're up here in the cloud, or maybe they're, I don't know, they're almost out of the cloud here. Then that would be a bad indicator. That would be an indicator of a bad move. That we don't want to enter here. We want to enter when it's here at the bottom. Then it's going to go up, and the purchasing volume is going to be really high. Like yesterday, look, you see it was down here, and then the trading volume started to go up, bam, 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 bam. And then here it was way oversold, overbought, and then it started to go down, bam, 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 and now we're here. So those are all things that we want to look at, but these are things that confirm a trade. Like, I'm not going to take a decision only based on this, but these are all things that can confirm that, yeah, this looks like a safe move. It looks like a smart move. It looks like everything is telling us that it's going to go up. You know, like, for example, here, look, there's 42 Bitcoin, 16 Bitcoin, 22 Bitcoins being purchased, 10 Bitcoin. So, you know, something's going on here that is telling us, you know what, it might go up. It might go up. Like, something's happening. Volume is right. Purchases started to really grow. But, oh, look, then there's 125 Bitcoin sold. There's 33 Bitcoin sold. So then it becomes gut feeling, right? Okay, I have my indicators. Yeah, I know it's oversold. I know it's hitting a big resistance here at 33,300. The next big resistance would be 33. So if I would have to go and say, oh, you know, what would be the right decision here? Well, I wouldn't go with 33 like the market price right now, because there's really big purchases, there's really big sells. Like, there's a really large competition, and there's nothing sure right now. But I know that it's going to go up a little bit. And a little bit means it's going to give me at least 30%. It's going to give me 50%, 100%, right? We're not here to make 1,000% a day. That is completely relevant to us. If we're able to do that, then we're gods. We're billionaires in like 30 days. But we're not here for that. We're here for compounding every single month. Like we were doing in shitcoins. It was so beautiful, the way we were compounding our shit, right? But here, what's insane is that I can make money up and I can make money down. It doesn't matter where it goes. I just have to gauge where it's gonna go and when to enter. Like we've been doing since the past freaking weeks. There you go. All right. So here's what I believe is going to happen. So basically it hit what was supposed to happen in our latest trade, right? We entered, let's go back to 4 hours. We entered here because we said it was going to go here. And from here, we said it was going to go up. That was the whole trend. That was the whole idea. The fundamental idea, the trading idea was, okay, we're going to enter the trade. We're going to take partial profits at 33,500, and we're going to take full profits at 33,200. It didn't get to 33,200 because they found a really strong resistance at 33,300. So we know that from here, it's going to go up. Right? We know that it's going to go up. But I don't feel like 33,400 is the right entrance. I think there's still going to be a war. Big sells are going to come in. Like you see, there's a 50 purchase, 21 purchase, and in a few seconds or minutes, we're going to see big sells also. We're going to see like 20 Bitcoin sold or 50 Bitcoin sold, maybe 100 Bitcoin sold. Let's look at this for a second. By the way, I've been looking at live trades more than I've been looking at my wife. for the past weeks. Like you see 24, 15. That indicates me that it's not a sure trend, right? It's not a sure trend where 50 Bitcoin purchase does a big difference, because you see there it goes against it 22 Bitcoin sold and 20 something previously. And it's always like that. When 50 Bitcoins are being purchased, 50 Bitcoins are being sold. That's how it's able to keep staying in like kind of a trend. And then when it explodes. It goes, people buying 50, 50, 50, 50, 100, 100, 100, 200, 300. Yesterday was 1,000, 2,000, 300, 3,000, 300. It went up really fucking fast. And it was almost impossible to see the reverse. The reverse happened during the night. So during the night, it did bam, 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 and it fall down to nothingness. And now we're here and we're going to go up. But I want to make sure that I have the right entrance. I want to make sure that I'm closer to this, to 33,300. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a buying order, right? So the date is, I would love to know how to put a date here. I'm sure there's some way to put a date. 2021 0. Oh, of course there's a way. I just don't know. Nothing of value is fundamentally happening with BTC that we know of. Therefore, we base ourselves with technical analysis. Whoops. I'm going to format this into wrap. I'm going to wrap this. Wrap. There you go. Oh, you see? You see? This is what I'm talking about. This is beautiful. What was the cell that did that? 17. Oh, fuck, I missed it. But this is where I feel like we're going to be able to enter. 33, like 33.20, 33, maybe 33.30 right here, 33.40, 33.20. We want to take it as perfect as possible. Actually, you know what? We're going to put it at 33 right here at the resistance. 33.306. We're going to put it at 33.307. So I'm going to put 20% of my account. Okay, I'm not going to play with I'm going to go play with 50% of my account, since I'm at small amounts and we got to go bigger. So 50, but I said 28. So it's really hard for me to get liquidated here. All right. So what I'm going to put is $59 in the market. So $59, if I make 30%, that is about $15, right? Okay. So we're going to put, $18. So we're going to make $18 if we get to 30%. And this limit, okay, I'm at limit. Make sure that you're at limit. I'm going to set it at 33,310. So we're saying, okay, it's going to go lower a little bit, right? Maybe it's not even going to get there, but at least we're set to have an entrance that is further from anything else. So 33,310. 33.30. Okay, should we put it 33.3010 or 3020? I think we should keep it at 3010. So 3010, I'm gonna buy long. Right? So I'm showing you guys exactly how you do it at the same time. So now I have right here my limit order. When it hits 33,310, it's going to open a buy position. Now, one thing that we do is we take something called Fibonacci retracement. Fibonacci retracement. I've shown you this, but if you look at Fibonacci, Fibonacci is a mathematical equation. This is the mathematic of God, because you see this pattern 1.618 throughout the entire realm of existence. You see it in the sky, you see it in the stars, you see it in atoms, you see it in quantum physics, you see it in plants, you see it in bones, you see it in all structures. Everything that is perfect is based on the mathematical equation of 1.618. The
Can I interject for 1 second, bro? Sorry, I know you're like on a roll here.
Go for it.
I felt bad because you're presenting beautifully. I tried to place the order as you suggested at 33,310, and
Yep.
I get an error that says the price is lower than the minimum. Am I doing something wrong?
Did you put a percentage of your account?
Yeah.
The margin, you put it at whatever percent, and then you put limit and you put 33,310.
Yeah.
And then you click on long, and that didn't work. It gave you an error.
Yeah, it says the price is lower than the minimum.
Can you send me a screenshot?
Sure. Okay, I just sent it in futures trading, and it's at the bottom of the image.
33,310 limit 50%. The price is lower than minimum. That's interesting. The price is lower than minimum. Last USDT 20x. You're good. You're good. The price is lower than the minimum. What does that mean? Let me check. Binance Futures. The price is lower than the minimum.
Sometimes it would mean that you have to put more money in, I think. I'm not sure that's the...
I don't. Maybe the price is lower than the minimum. Maybe the minimum is $50 in the market.
I think it's like $20 or something.
No, because he's putting $47. He's putting 47. So you want to order notional. So each order must be no less than the threshold $1 in the set journal. Okay, no. Max fee level. I'm not sure. Because $1 is the minimum. Yeah, $1 is the minimum. Reduce only? No, you're not a reduce only. 3,310. Interesting.
Maybe Corey can share his screen and we could just see it like step by step do it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, sure.
Just make sure you're able to take the trade here.
How do I flip the screen?
Nice hair, bro.
Thanks, man. How do I flip the screen?
I don't know.
Fuck. I found it. Bam.
Nice. Can you put it at 20? You're at 25x right now.
I had it at 20 before. I just did a 25.
Oh, okay, you just switch it.
Yeah, I was just testing it out, see if it was different.
And when you click on buy long, it gives you the prices lower than the minimum. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's at limit. It's isolated 20x.
Yep, everything seems right.
Right?
Everything seems right, and it's giving you a weird error here. What is reduce only? Is there a minimum? Trading rules.
I may try like 33,320. See if it makes a difference. Oh, sooner.
Can you refresh everything? Like, just get out of there.
Yeah. Okay. 50%. Bam! It worked. Just needed a refresh. Wow.
There you fucking go. Yeah, that's it. That's how you just had to reset it. I don't know, man. Binance is weird sometimes. So there, right? So once your trade is open, now we need to figure out, well, we should have done that before, but we look at Fibonacci. So Fibonacci, right? It's the mathematical of perfection. And beautifully, trading also follows the Fibonacci sequence. This is the Fibonacci retracement. So it means how it's going to follow 1.618, and it's going to look at, it's going to create resistances and supports at 1.6, every 1.618. So what we do is we take the lowest of where we're trading, our entrance, to the highest high, to the latest highest high, which is this one. I didn't set it right here, so I need to bring this up a little bit. There you go. So our goal, like it has been since we started trading, is always to get to 38%. You see 38.2 here. This is our take profit. So what we do is we look at how much is the take profit first. 34,145. I don't believe it's going to get there because there's so many big resistances before that. Like 34, for example. So what I believe is that our take profit this time should be 33,800, either 33,825 or 33, somewhere around this 61.8 and 50%. Because I don't think we're going to get to 34,000 again during the next day or two. Like, I might be totally wrong because don't forget, the only thing that we're following right now is technical analysis. So because we're only following technical analysis, it might get and break it and go all the way to fucking 41,000. Because right now the only rule is the rule of the strongest, and it's a war of quants, right? Big well buys for fucking 100,000 bitcoins, and then like you see, that went down really quickly. So look, 358 purchase after 380 sell, and then 600 purchase, 200 sell.
Did I miss the call? Are you in?
Yeah, we're in. We purchased at 310.
So you're even better now.
Yeah, you're even better now. Because look at the
Like
purchase.
going short?
No. We're going long, baby. We're going long.
Long.
So, all right.
You
So
purchased at 310, okay.
Yeah. 310. You can even wait a little bit more. Because it seems like there's a freaking large ward. Did I miss something here? There was like 600 sold instantly, and then 800 purchased instantly, and that was pretty insane. But good lord, that they purchased 800. That would have been fucking hilarious. So they sold. Did you guys saw that? It hit the 310 instantly, and it went down to fucking wow. That was perfect. So our take profit is 33,800. I'm not gonna go, like, this seems so hectic right now. It's so fucking hectic. So our take profit is going to be 33,800. Because I just feel like there's something going on that we don't know about. Like, there's clearly something that we don't know that is happening right now that we don't know about. And it's kind of like a war of the greats. So take profit. The way you take profit is you get all the way down here and you click on this little bad boy and you put 33,800. Our partial is going to be at 33,600. 33,600 right here. It's kind of like the 78%. So at the 78%, we're going to take partial profit of 50%. So the way you do this is you click here, 50%, and you put 33,600. And then that is going to be our take profit. And then you click on limit, or take partial. And boom, it set an order. So then I have two orders here. An order to take full profit and an order to take partial profits. And right now, there's just something crazy going on that we literally have no idea what's going on here. This is, you saw everything was beautiful, slow, and chill. And then something happened.
Can you show the take partial again? I kind of...
At the bottom?
Yeah.
Right? So you click here and you put 50%.
Okay.
You put 33,600 here and you click on limit.
600. Click limit. Got it. And then did you create a separate order again for the 33,800? How did that work?
Yeah, so then I click here.
Okay.
It opens this. And take profit 33,800.
33,800. Do we add a stop loss?
Not yet. I put my stop loss only when I take my partial profit. My stop loss, okay? Here's how I see it. My stop loss is the amount of money I put in the trade. Because I know it can't go bigger than that. I know the max is going to be liquidated on the trade. So the max that I'm going to liquidate is, I think, $59, if I remember well. 30 something. I don't know. So
Down in your trade, the money you put in. Yeah, the margin, $58.
58 here. So 58 right here. So that's the maximum that is going to be liquidated. That is my stop loss. Right? Okay. My stop loss is the amount. So if you compare it to stocks, or if you compare it to Forex trader, it's not like Binance Futures. Because in Binance Futures, you use the percentage, the margin of your account as instead of pips, or instead of all that, it's percentages. So I put, okay, how much am I able to sacrifice on this trade? Well, because I'm still trading on minimal amounts, I'm going to sacrifice 50% of my account, right? $58. If I win, I win. And if it hits the stop loss, then it hits the stop loss, right? And the stop loss is going to be the margin that I put. Then if I hit my take partial, then I put my stop loss at entry point. So then I would come here and then I would put 33,310 as my stop loss. So then if it hits after taking partial, I break even. And I can't lose. And then it's a perfect trade.
Show that one more time.
Right here at the bottom, TPSL.
Yeah.
This little pencil, edit, stop loss. Confirm.
And how do you decide? Oh, you put your stop loss at your entry after you've taken profit?
Exactly. After I take partial profit, I set this as my break even, which is my entry.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. And is it the same thing if you're shorting?
All the same thing.
Okay.
If you're shorting, you just do the reverse.
That stop loss, do you put in the Bitcoin amount, the price of the Bitcoin, or the amount that you want to sell?
Yeah, you put the price of Bitcoin in USDT. Yeah, so the price that...
Are we ever... Sorry.
Go for it. Go for it.
Are we ever going to trade with 100% of our portfolio?
Never.
Never.
You do that only when there's... You might do that if you're still in small amounts when there's a fundamental idea that is so strong. Like, for example, if you know that Apple is about to purchase $2 billion of Bitcoin, that is crazy fundamentals. Boom, you open a purchase and you put 100% and it goes up. You put it at 125x if you're insane. And then you make $1 million, right? Because you're sure that it's going to go in a certain direction. But other than that, you never do that. The goal here is to minimize the risk to almost zero. Zero risk, extremely high returns. That's the Warren Buffett way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and so as our
just make sure that you're on isolated mode.
What did you say?
Make sure you are on isolated, because if you forget that and you are still on cross, then your wallet is used also.
Yeah, I totally forgot to say that.
Yeah, that's right. That's pretty important, because if you're on cross and your trade goes the wrong direction, then your entire wallet gets emptied out.
Yeah, and that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as our portfolios get bigger, are we going to maintain that 50%?
No.
Order?
So we lower that. So my mistake yesterday is I kept it at 50% while I was getting closer to like $1,000, and then it liquidated like $500 on my portfolio. So that's bad. You need to lower the risk as much as possible. So rule of thumb is between 5 and 10% max. So I would even go with 5%. The bigger of your portfolio, the bigger your count is, stay at 5%. So the max that you're willing to sacrifice in a trade would be 5%, for example, of your entire. If you have $1 million, you're sacrificing $50,000 in the trade.
Right. Makes sense. But we don't want to go a little more aggressive when the stakes are low, or is that, I guess 50% is more aggressive?
Yeah, 50% is extremely aggressive. You want to compound. You want to compound your account. Like, just think about it. If you're able to compound your account at 30% a day, you're trading $1 million a day in 60 days. Just 30%. But of course, the odds we're going to be able to keep up 30% a day is so low. So we need to think of 30% a month, right? So if we're able to compound 30% a month, that becomes really, 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 really interesting.
Yeah.
So like, look at what's going on right now. This is perfection.
Where's the next resistance point under?
So
Below
there's
us?
the support would be 33,
Support, yeah.
33,000.
Got it.
Right here, around here, it's going to be a big support. Yeah. I don't feel like they're going to let it go there. Because this is, like, anyone who's able to purchase 300 Bitcoins, I would say they're an institution. Like the JP Morgan buying 1,000 Bitcoins. You know, it's not the average Joe millionaire who's just going to buy 300 Bitcoins. So there's clearly that going on right now. It's a war of quants. Because every time right now, on this trade specifically, if you look at orders, trade orders, you're going to see how insane this is. 200 is going to be sold and 200 is going to be purchased instantly.
Yeah.
And this is a swing trade. This might take an entire day or 2 days to get to our take profit. So don't think that it's going to be now. It might be in negative for like an entire day. Like it was yesterday, right? We entered a trade here and went against us. But then if you were in 20x, you were safe. You'd made profits today. I heard Winnie the Pooh. Did you make money? Winnie the Pooh? Winnie? I heard Winnie the Pooh stayed on the trade and made money. And you know, that's another problem. If your leverage is too high, right now I'm what? -4%. If I was at 50x, I would be -15% right now. And at 80%, I get liquidated on my trade.
80% you'd already be liquidated?
Yeah, at -80%, you get liquidated.
Oh, I see.
So you don't want to get there.
Yeah, Winnie made 28%, he said in chat.
He made how much? I haven't seen. Let me check. Yeah, I made 28%. Insane. So you see, that because he was at 20x. So those things are so important to look at. Like, you don't want to enter a trade at 50x when you're not sure that you're 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 sure.
Yeah.
So I would rather just, like yesterday I tested 50x. Like, it works for Roxy, it doesn't work for me. I'm gonna stick to 20x here.
It worked for me either yesterday.
It didn't work for you either.
But I didn't go back to $120 or something.
33,310. Partial profit is 33,600. Take profit is 33,800. Leverage 20x. Margin is 50%. So 50% meaning $58. Let me check. 58 and 6 cents. $58.06. There you go. It's a limit order. Okay, limit order. There you go.